Dyskyon Mall. Chapter 0, Non-Disclosure Anomalies. Michigan, January 14th, 2026. A fevered sky hung over the interstate, shimmering with sleepless energy. LED street lamps cast too much light and revealed too little, their sterile beams slicing the blacktop into sharp, cold segments. A massive black 18-wheeler thundered north, its chrome dulled beneath a crust of road salt and hard miles. The logo on the trailer's flank, Tailwind Logistics, was half erased by weather and indifference. Jeremy Moore hunched in the driver's seat, early 40s, built like a Marine because he used to be one, sun-worn skin, thick shoulders fighting the seams of a flannel 2 washes past retirement. His Texas A&M cap sat high on his head, sweat-stained and oil-blotched. One hand on the wheel, the other on his jaw, scratching at salt and pepper stubble with thick, steady fingers. The Michigan state line blinked past, a bad dream trying to slip away. Behind him, in the sleeper, Igan stirred, a rustle of nylon, the clink of a cup against the sink, toothbrush against teeth. Rituals, small and grounding, meant to hold reality in place. Igan was wiry, younger by more than a decade, late 20s maybe. His hoodie was faded to the point of surrender, its original colors lost to time. Slouched cap, pale skin stained by gas station coffee and road insomnia. He didn't talk about where he was from, probably because there wasn't a good answer. When he wasn't curled up in the cab, he lived out of a dented van that hadn't had tags since 2019. Jeremy blinked and shifted in his seat. Road haze had smeared time again. He wasn't sure how long they'd been on this stretch. The streetlights ahead began to flicker in sequence, not failing, sinking, patterned, choreographed almost. A white sedan drifted by in the passing lane. No engine whine, no tire hum, just motion, smooth and disconnected from friction. Inside, something blue flickered past. A coat maybe, or a uniform, just a flash. Jeremy's breath caught. He'd seen that before. Or had he? He thumbed the satellite radio to life. Static filled the cab. Then a voice, mid-sentence, mid-rant.
44 degrees out. And suddenly, everyone's back on their damn motorcycles. Must think the slush is gone. It'll be a miracle if we don't get another one wrecked outside Academy Sports like last week.
Jeremy twisted the dial again. Talk radio gave way to distorted guitar, some classic rock track he almost recognized but couldn't name. Igan climbed up into the passenger seat, barefoot, blinking hard, tumbler in hand.
Morning, boss.
Sleep still clinging to him like cold air. Jeremy didn't look, just nodded.
Couple more miles, 3 drops, 2 in Black River, last in Gratiot.
That's not miles, that's hours. And that's if traffic doesn't bend us over.
He wedged his feet into his boots, glanced out the window.
You see that sedan?
Jeremy didn't answer right away, didn't blink either. His eyes were fixed on the side mirror, the sedan, again. A flicker in the glass, blue suit, face a shadow, wrong angle, wrong position. It was driving in the shoulder.
Son of a...
He twisted, scanning the road cams on the dashboard monitor. Nothing, just dark asphalt and wet white lines. Gone. Igan sipped his drink and narrowed his eyes.
You okay?
The moment hung in the cab like humidity, thick, invisible, but there.
You saw it again, didn't you?
His voice was quiet now, not teasing. Not this time. Jeremy exhaled through his nose.
4th time in the last couple hours, there was a white car. Passed us on the shoulder.
Igan glanced out the window, then back at Jeremy.
There is no shoulder here.
The silence that followed was old, familiar, an unwelcome passenger they'd been carrying for miles. Igan leaned back in his seat, rolling the tumbler between his palms.
You should switch with me. You look like hammered shit.
Jeremy kept his eyes locked on the dark ahead.
I know what I saw.
A warning chime chirped from the dashboard. Jeremy frowned.
Tire pressure.
He eased the rig onto the shoulder and hit the hazards. In the passenger seat, Igan sighed, then unlocked his phone. His bank app blinked to life. Less than $40. Car note due. The last job still hadn't posted. He quickly tapped the screen off, embarrassed, and looked over.
I can handle it.
Jeremy didn't answer. His hands were already tense.
Seriously, let me.
Jeremy popped the door and climbed down, grabbing the portable air pump from the toolbox.
I've got it.
The pump whirred to life. The hiss of pressurized air filled the cold. Then, A car zipped past on the shoulder, its tires clipping a battered hubcap left stranded in the lane. Everything changed. Jeremy was back on the road to Sangan, dust, heat. A tire hissing beside a shredded Humvee. Gunfire, short bursts of AK-47s rattling off metal and cratering dirt. Sergeant Cooper was down, hit high in the neck. Someone was screaming, not Jeremy. He turned. Lieutenant Moore, his brother, slumped against the side of the vehicle, half his body torn open. Blood soaked the sand. The Humvee's front tire hissed in rhythm. Jeremy had one hand on a bandage, shredded, soaked, trying to hold in the impossible. The other hand, a rifle? No. An air pump.
Hey, dude!
Jeremy blinked. Igan knelt beside him, palms up like he was approaching a wounded animal.
You with me, Jeremy?
Jeremy slowly lowered the pump. He nodded. Just once. Black River was always slow. Early morning made it even slower, like the whole town hit snooze and never got back up. Jeremy swung the rig wide, rolled through the empty intersection, then backed in with a clean 2-point turn. Smooth, efficient, loud as hell.
Totally illegal!
Igan snorted.
It's fine. I know the sheriff.
Jeremy nodded at the backup cam.
That's his shooting range.
They passed a rusted metal sign, worms and bullets, shooting range, gunsmith, live bait, privately owned, some legacy license that let you sell buckshot and night crawlers under the same roof. Igan jumped out and started the offload, toggling the hydraulic lift with one hand while finishing his coffee with the other. Jeremy buzzed the main door. It was still early, before open hours, but Harold always kept odd ones. After a moment, the steel door clanked. The inner glass pane slid open an inch. A sharp-eyed man in his 50s peeked out, clean shave, hard stare, hand not visible.
Harold,
Jeremy said with a twitch of a smile. Not quite nervous, not quite not. Harold nodded once, then slowly lowered his other hand from the small of his back. There was a soft click as his carry pistol settled back into the holster under his jacket.
still got good reflexes.
Still drive like an asshole,
Harold replied and cracked the door open wider. The shop's loading bays were out front, makeshift, cramped, but functional. The back of the building was all concrete and soundproofing, designed to soak up the thunder of the indoor shooting range. Igan swung the pallet jack into position, dragging the first skid toward the ramp. The hydraulics whined, tires squeaked. As he lined up the second pallet, something caught his ear. A sound, muffled, small, faint and distant, like a ringtone heard through drywall and concrete. He paused, turned toward the last pallet, the one marked Kimura Industrial in bold, stenciled type. Igan tilted his head, listening. He frowned, shook it off, and popped his earbuds in. East Euro thrash drowned out the rest. He swayed slightly to the rhythm, manhandling the electric pallet jack toward Harold's last skid. Across the street, two teenagers sat on the porch railing of a narrow rental house. A boy and a girl. That lazy, half-hunched posture that only people with no rent and no real trauma could manage. They were laughing about something private. One of the street lights above them began to flicker, soft at first, then rapid. The shaggy-haired boy stared at it. Then another light down the block twitched, harder, his gaze locked onto it like he was willing it to fail. The girl pinched his arm. The second light popped with a sharp snap. They both burst into laughter. Jeremy shook his head.
Kids today. TikTok brain rot.
Just then, a white sedan crept through the intersection. No engine sound, no tire hum. Inside, a man in a crisp blue coat, face blurred, details missing, a picture unfinished. He didn't look at the kids. He didn't look anywhere. The shaggy-haired boy went silent. The girl's laugh died in her throat. Both of them stood, fast. No more jokes. They slipped inside the house and pulled the door closed behind them. The loading bay door screamed open. Clank, screech, 1, 2, 3 pallets hit the ground, no fourth.
What's this, Harold? Getting your returns early?
Harold stepped out of the shop, clipboard under one arm, the other tucking a multi-tool back into his belt. He nodded toward the trailer.
metal prefabs from EH&R. Since the Texas Expo, everyone and their grandma wants a custom built.
Then his eyes slid to Igan, now dancing like a muppet with no strings at the back of the rig.
Is he on meth?
Jeremy barked a half laugh.
Nah, he's just like that all the time.
Harold power walked to the trailer's edge.
Hey, Igor, right?
Egon grimaced, yanked his earbuds out.
That's not even close.
Where's the machining table? Fourth pallet, big one.
Factory needed another day. We couldn't wait. We've got priority freight en route.
Egon handed over the updated bill of lading. Harold barely looked at it. He signed it so hard his pen tore through the paper and gouged the clipboard. Then he turned and stormed back into the shop.
Shit!
A box of spent brass hit the wall and exploded casings in every direction.
Someone clean that up or you're all fucking fired.
Harold's voice chased them out of the lot, a dog with nothing left to bark at. Jeremy didn't flinch. Igan saluted mockingly as the trailer door rattled shut behind them. They rolled out of Black River, heading east toward Gratiot. The cab silent, save for the low hum of tired hydraulics and the squeak of something loose in the back.
3 drops down.
They both let out breath they hadn't realized they'd been holding.